Hello my friends, welcome back to the den for this afternoon shave. It got away from me and so here I am late in the day doing afternoon shave. This is the 26th of July. We're thinking about stuff that happened today in history. Before we do that, let me show you today's surprises. Our razor today is a Genco, what is this? It was a Genco wedge. I got this. You can tell when you look at it that it was not real pretty when I got hold of it. Now it looks like a hand hammered thing, but it was pretty rusty when I got it. But it cleaned up okay. It's a little bit awful looking, but boy, it did take an edge. Like I made these scales too for it. Our soap today, I don't know where this came from, but this was laying in a box in here, and it's been a long time since I've used shaving foam, and probably for good reason, but you know, we'll try for some thrills here. We'll see how this goes. Today we're talking in history about some innovation, because on this date in 1775, ooh, what is this stuff? It's like a gel and you rub it and it makes, you can tell I haven't done this very much. At least I can tell I haven't done this much. What do? You put more on your face after each pass? Maybe I'll take the brush and maybe I'll do that, and then I'll be able to put more on. Well, that's just dissipating. That's not what we want. You guys are probably laughing at me already. Huh. It feels pretty slick. I know it's a science experiment. There's all kinds of chemicals in here that I can't pronounce. But that's kind of what this is all about. Innovation. 1775, on this date, Benjamin Franklin was appointed Postmaster General for the United States, or whatever, the colonial postmaster. He had been the postmaster of like Philadelphia. He got fired from the English post office. Well, Second Continental Congress appointed him to be postmaster for colonies. Now, he wasn't postmaster for very long. He was postmaster from July 1775 through November of 1776. Just a short period of time. But he did a lot of innovating. You see, we'll get back to the innovation. Did a lot of innovating in that time. And at that time, postal deliveries was not very standardized, not very timely. Usually one at a time. And what Ben did, he invented a weekly route. In other words, a mail wagon would roll once a week. And he established post offices in the major cities so that, you have like a branch office. Today, there's thousands of branch offices. pretty much still following, by and large, the spirit of Benjamin Franklin's model. And they handle millions and millions of pieces of mail. You know, cost aside, and it was his idea that the post office be kind of standalone. How did I miss that whole piece of my cheek? Well, I'm not sure that this is canned foam is my favorite. I'm not sure I'm liking it too much. It doesn't give you that much protection. It's not that slick. It feels slick when you're putting it on, but it's not. It's not as slick as soap that I mix up myself. But I'm still going to do 2 passes because, I mean, that's what you guys signed on for. So, yeah, the weekly mail route, he really put a lot of effort into getting information from George Washington to Philadelphia. That was kind of his main thing he liked doing, or he tried to get happening, because it's important when you're at war, you know, getting information from George to Congress so he can get his supplies, and news goes back and forth to Congress so that they know what's going on. So that was his big thing. And one thing I didn't think about is when he stepped down as postmaster, he turned it over to his son-in-law. I didn't do any studying on this. Probably something I should look at. Our boy Ben's family, because his deputy Postmaster General was his son-in-law. I can't remember his name, but that just kind of bubbled up to the top of my head. We'll think on that a little bit. I feel a little irritation around my jawline and stuff. Either I know this razor's super sharp, and I think the soap's not giving me enough protection, so I'm getting a little bit of irritation from the razor. So this is going to be quite a jolt from the alum after this. Canned shaving cream came along in 1919 from Barbasol. They were the first ones, and it was canned by hand at first. I don't know how it was propelled out of the can, but I know it was put in there by hand and then pressurized somehow. It's a brushless shaving cream. Not much in the way of irritation. I'm kind of surprised. Well, there it comes a little bit. I seem to remember when I came into this wet shaving and stuff, I had used it a few times, but I was an electric shaver before I started doing this. So I don't have a lot of, there's lemon. Haven't done a whole lot of laps with foam. And I'm glad that I don't do it very much. But we'll keep this around for, I don't know, one reason or another. Or let's just use Nivea 2-in-1 as our aftershave. Because it's hot again as a firecracker outside. And I just want to not be a hobo when I go to church tomorrow. Great shave. Well, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Listen to me ramble on about not a whole lot. I'm Major Rich. You find me at theshavingconner.com. You might be finding me on my YouTube channel, Safety Cat Studios. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're so inclined, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.